All right, Lund. We're on turn 20. Um, Game's over at this point. Um, I could continue to play it, but the victory points are 120 in favor of the Swedes. And, the Danish infantry is all but, or Danish cavalry is all but gone. The infantry's fine. But they're in rally. They couldn't get out of rally orders. Again, they're pretty crappy leadership. Really hurts them. The Danish remaining cavalry is all but gone, and you can see there's a whole fresh wing of Swedish cav waiting to kill them, and it's 120 points. Yeah, there's no way. The Swedes could just break away at this point and say, yeah, we're done, and we'll take our big victory. So yeah, it's calling the game at this point. What do I think of the scenario? I think it's a pretty damn good one. Most of them are. I don't think I've ever come across a musket and pike scenario that isn't good. One of the reasons, and I guess I should put this in a final thought. This scenario is a little different. I'll do final thoughts later. This scenario has this special rule about the pursuing cavalry coming back. Really provides a nice flavor to the scenario. It reminds me kind of like Kenai from Great Battles of History, where the Roman cavalry returns after routing the Carthaginian cavalry and turns the tide. This had that flavor too. Certainly liked the scenario. It was very back and forth initially when I looked at it. Of course, my initial thoughts on the game, somehow I missed it, but I thought the Danes had a huge advantage, and I did not expect the Swedes to be able to win, because Danes had 3-1 virtually in infantry strength, heavy infantry strength. Didn't think the Swedes could hold up. Eventually they didn't. The Swedish infantry all died, but they bought enough time for the Swedish cavalry to come back versus, by the special rule of this scenario, and really gave a good flavor. Certainly very similar to, what the historical outcome was, although not all the Swedish infantry was eliminated, but it definitely gave that flavor of, the Swedish cavalry, pursuing off and then coming back and saving the day in the end, which is what happened. We're on turn 20. There were still potentially, 8 more turns or whatever. Definitely enjoyed this scenario. I can't say enough about the system, but I can't say enough about, the Scanian War. The designers of this put so much, effort into something I'd never heard about, and really designed these very interesting scenarios for this. I hadn't played this one before this, but I played most of the others, and they're just really, to me, interesting, well done scenarios, balanced. Again, if I talk about musket and pike, one of its advantages over Great Battles of History or anything else is the fact that I think there's an effort made to balance these battles, as opposed to just saying, whatever, one side's favored or not. Here, I looked at the victory conditions and thought, no way the Swedes are going to win this. They have to get so many more victory points, and they have, so many disadvantages. But it turned out pretty well. Speaks a lot to the playtesting certainly of the system. All right.